This is the daily writing exercise recorded day 41, titled Segmented Costa. I don't know anything anymore. I just need someone to help me. Costa turned around and approached the doctor's table. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel lost. I feel completely lost. I wake up every day and lay there wondering where the hell I am and who I am. Bill calmly took notes as Costa pushed himself off the table and began to walk around the room again. It's so frustrating, he said, to have to spend the first few hours of every day remembering who you are and where you are, and that the thing that you thought you were, or the thing that happened, apparently didn't happen. Ah yes, Bill said, scratching his upper lip. You believe there was someone there? Well, Costa said, I don't know if there was someone there. I just get the feeling that there was someone there. That there is someone there every morning, watching over me as I lay there, helpless, in my bed. And is taunting me, mocking me, or something. What do you think he's mocking you for? Bill asked. I don't know, Costa replied. He's just there, standing in front of my bed, and sometimes beside it, just laughing his head off. I don't know who he is. And you've never seen this man before in your life? Bill asked as he took a few notes. No, Costa answered. He stopped pacing around and stood still beside the window. If I knew who it was, I'd obviously not be here. Besides, I can see his face, but I can never remember it. Right, Bill said. It's just, Costa continued as he turned around, frustrating. Does the man do anything else? Bill asked. What do you mean? Costa said. Does he do anything else? Bill clarified, or does he just stand there? Costa shrugged. I don't know. He just stands there, watching, laughing. I don't know. He sometimes walks around the bed and whatnot, but he never does anything else. So he never touches you, Bill said. No, Costa replied. Bill placed his pad and pencil on the wooden table beside him. That is good, isn't it? How is that good? Costa asked, insulted. I'm being haunted by a man who... Well, Bill replied calmly. At least he doesn't touch you, does he? Well, Costa said, no. Not yet. But how long do you think that will last? I honestly don't know, Bill replied. But at least we can assume that the man doesn't want to hurt you, or he would have done so by now. He's just there to mock you, and you're letting him do so because you keep giving him attention. If you stop giving it attention, it can't hurt you. Costa threw his hands in the air and refused to answer. Either way, Bill said, after a long pause, that will be it for today. Bill got up from the chair and took his pad and pencil with him. You should go back to bed now, he said to Costa. Costa turned around and frowned for a second. Oh, he then said suddenly. Yes, of course. He then followed Bill's instruction and walked to the bed at the head of the room and got into it. Bill followed him there and watched as Costa climbed into the bed, crawled under the sheets, and closed his eyes for a moment. His eyes shut open a second after and looked around him bewildered. Bill remained at the side of the bed whilst Costa's face went through a tremendous amount of terror, before he closed his eyes again a few moments after. They opened a moment later, whereby Bill nodded and Costa looked at him strangely. Doctor? He said sleepily. Good morning, Costa, Bill replied calmly. Are you ready for our next session? Our next session? Costa said, confused. Oh, right. Give me a minute. Bill let Costa get out of his bed slowly, and together they walked to the two chairs at the center of the room and sat in them. So, Costa, Bill said with a slight sigh at the end, do you know where we are? Costa nodded. I've been having terrible dreams. Bill grimaced. That is not entirely true now, is it, Costa? Costa frowned. I don't know what you mean. You are here, Bill said, because of a traumatic event. Do you remember it? Costa thought about it for a second. His eyes and face lit up as the awareness of it all slowly started to seep in. Right, Costa cried out. The man, he said as he got up from the chair. The man in my dreams, the one who wants to hurt me. Tell me about him, Bill said. What do you know about him? I don't know anything anymore, Costa replied. I just need someone to help me. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel lost. I feel completely lost. I wake up every day and lay there wondering what the hell am what the hell am I doing? Costa reached for his head and fought against the upcoming headache. Bill passively observed it all from his chair. He continued to scroll down notes and periodically looked at Costa as he once again got up from his chair and began to pace around the room. It had been 2 months now since Costa came to him, 2 months after the horrible accident that gave Costa the traumatic stress that he carried with him for months. Bill was here to help him. Bill was here to tell him that it was all relative. Bill was here to give him the perspective that he needed. But Costa was a difficult case. Costa could not accept that what he had done was not his fault. Costa could not accept that he went out free from faults. So Bill implemented a new technique, one in which he would replace Costa's traumatic stress and give him something else to worry about instead. That being the man standing in front of his bed. 2 months since have then gone by, and Bill was optimistic about the progress that they had made. Costa was not all there yet, but they were getting there. He rarely if ever mentioned the accident anymore, all the stress and anguish he had felt right after. Another month or two and Costa would be done, and he could return back to his family and to the life that he had lived, free from the burden of guilt of knowing what he had done just that Thursday afternoon. The more written or recorded. Thank you for listening.